Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle Earth here, and I was reminiscing on a stream that happened over a year ago. This stream was on the Rise to War channel. It was September 14th, 2022. We're actually getting closer to 2 years since this stream. And if you guys are new, you wouldn't recognize it or know it, but we used to have different like video updates, and this was a live stream that happened. This live stream was celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the game. And you have Nicholas, one of the developers, and I think the other guy's name was Sasha, and then someone else dressing up as the Matham Peddler. And like they did very goofy stuff like this that at the time I remember thinking like, man, like this is pretty cringy. 'Cause it was pretty cringy, but I think I always gave them a little bit of props for just like not caring that much and having fun with it. And I never thought I'd say that I would miss these guys and their version of the update videos where they just didn't take it too seriously. They had fun. And I don't know where these guys are. So I don't know if they're missing, if they're still with NetEase. Maybe the kind of like actual Tavern Underhill report videos have just gone under Jared's umbrella or whatever. But in this video, we got the teasers for Auglurg, for Bard, and for Beorn, who have all come to the game, as well as sort of the teaser that the Balrog Commander was coming to the game. They did a Q&A and it was brought up. And they basically said, yes, he's coming to the game. We just don't know when. And then in the most recent Underhill report with Jared, which was 3 months ago, he dropped a line and said, a long-awaited evil commander that everyone wants is coming to the game. He didn't say how long or what was happening. So going off of this video, this live stream here where it was talked about, where everyone was super excited, and this video, you would probably think that Balrog Commander is coming next. That would be reasonable. But today I want to talk about why I don't think it's going to be Balrog, just based on information that I've seen elsewhere and things that, you know, also could be the case. Now, again, not to say Balrog isn't still happening or couldn't still happen, but I think the next commander could potentially be something that people aren't going to be as excited for. So I want to talk about that, as well as maybe a few ideas. These are both evil commanders, so what are some, you know, good commanders we could get that could be on the level of these commanders we're going to talk about in just a second. So I don't know, talking about new commanders and reminiscing on kind of the old reports. Again, if you guys, seriously, if you don't remember, these things were, trying to find one really quick. These things were amazing, where they would dress up as, I think, Radagast, and now I can't find it. They would dress up as Radagast and Gandalf and like do these like update videos. Hold on, I got a Mint mobile ad I need to skip here. So they would just do these like kind of skit type videos where they'd get pulled into Middle Earth and you know, dress up as Gandalf, whatever. Super cheesy. They were ways they introduced new campaigns and just different things. But at the end of the day, they put time into it, and I think we had more of them more often, so I liked it. So sort of just reminiscing on that stuff, but I do want to talk about new commanders coming to Rise to War. That's a super long intro, so let's go ahead and roll it and talk about who I actually think is coming to the game. That's not Balrog. Now, first of all, I will say I hope that it is Balrog. That's what I want the most. But if you look over in the main Discord, in the Revelations channel, I believe it's the Revelations channel. Okay, just kidding. It's not the Revelations channel. It's in the Art Creators channel. There was this post put out by Anubis, who did a lot of the like Revelations kind of like secret reveal stuff. It's this picture of a Nazgûl, which I don't know why they would ever post a picture of a Nazgûl if this wasn't something they were planning on releasing at some point. And if this is not the kind of evil commander they're alluding to. Now, if you actually look into the game and count all the Nazgûl, we do only have 8 Nazgûl. We are missing a Nazgûl, so it does make sense that we would get a 9th Nazgûl, but I think everyone would much rather have the Balrog commander over a Nazgûl personally. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want Nazgûl more than Balrog? I can't imagine you do, but let me know between the two which you'd prefer for a new commander. Now, that's not to say I'm not excited for a Nazgûl commander. I just also want the Balrog commander. As you've seen by my lineup, I use a lot of Nazgûl. I think they are some of the coolest commanders in the game. Some of them are better than others. So if we get a very good Nazgûl, maybe a physical damage Nazgûl that's very good, or maybe another like full support commander for the evil side, that could be pretty cool. Something kind of like similar to Sauron, not the same as Sauron, but something that just changes it up a bit. Because we have a lot of Nazgûl who already do commander damage, physical damage, or elemental damage. So I don't just want another copy paste with the same skills where they have Ring Wraith and they have, you know, I don't know what else, but I don't want a copy pasted commander. I want something new and exciting. So I feel like doing a almost like full support Nazgûl could be a way to make it actually interesting. Now, this has also been leaked long ago. This is not new information, but this was actually leaked as another possible Nazgûl. Now, again, this could definitely not be the design they go with. It could be more what I just showed you that was posted here. But the reason I do kind of believe that it's going to be a 9th Nazgûl is not only was this already, I think, in the game or like planned at some point, we also just had this leak here. So there's 2 things pointing to it being Nazgûl, and there's been no information on Balrog. Now, could they be pulling a fast one and they plan to do Balrog? Maybe, but I think all signs point to Nazgûl, at least at first. So hopefully we get Balrog and a Nazgûl, but I do think it's going to be Nazgûl first. So I want to kind of manage your expectations. But if it's a good commander that can work into the meta, I'm okay with it. Nazgûl are cool, but we'll have to wait and see what it actually is. Now, I do want to talk about, just for the sake of my good side friends, 2 good side commanders that I think should be and could be brought to the game that could be on par with like a Nazgûl level or Balrog level commander. All right, now first up, a couple of options we could have for actually very, very freaking powerful good side commanders are really any of the Maiar in the Lord of the Rings. Now we have some Maiar already. The Maiar are kind of like angelic type beings in Middle Earth. We have Maiar like Sauron and Saruman and both Gandalfs and Radagast. But there are a lot of other Maiar that are mentioned in Middle Earth, or at least in the kind of art, the literature of Tolkien. Now, this is where I don't know what NetEase actually has the rights to and how many of these are mentioned in like the appendices or areas they have access to, and how many are like 1st or 2nd age, you know, kind of writings that they couldn't use. But there are a ton of Maiar, really cool, powerful, just like godlike, angelic-like beings like Gandalf, Sauron, those that could be very, very powerful, but still brought in to be fun to play with as a commander. So I'm not going to go through and name them individually because I feel like you could do any of them and they could be very, very fun to use. But there are a lot of really powerhouse names for Maiar, or even Valar, who are above that, which would probably kind of be more game breaking, but there still are a lot of other Maiar that could be used. Another one that's definitely a fan favorite is Glorfindel. Glorfindel is an elf, extremely, extremely powerful. Glorfindel died in the first age and then was like re-embodied and brought back to life. Again, just a very, very, very cool character that if they have the rights to, they could potentially bring him in. Again, I think he's very, very cool elf. So they could potentially bring in Glorfindel. They pick another Maiar to bring with him, bring in Balrog, bring in another Nazgûl, and boom, we got 4 new commanders. Everyone's happy. Will that happen? I don't know. The rate they release commanders in this game is extremely slow. It's one of the things that I wish they would change. I'm not saying I want a new commander every month by any means, but even every like 3 to 6 months, like every couple of seasons you play, if there was a new commander being introduced that just made you feel like the game was fresh and alive, I think that'd be super cool. So I don't know. I was just looking through this page and reminiscing and thinking about Balrog, and I want to talk about the Balrog commander and the Nazgûl commander. So this has turned into a commanders I hope we get, but reminiscing about the old dev videos. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think we will ever get any new commanders, or are we stuck with who we have right now? I hope not. I hope we get Balrog. Hey, if we do get Balrog and you're getting him, use that top-up link. It supports the channel. But that will do it for this video. And as always, I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.